In the wild world of golf, there exists a peculiar species, the Sunday hacker, a creature plagued by an incurable ailment, the slice. But fear not, for emerging from the tall grass of mediocrity is a self-proclaimed saviour, George Lings. Yes, George, a man with all the charm of a used car salesman and the golf skills to match, promises to fix your slice, though he's far better at fixing his next car payment. Watch as George circles his prey, armed with buzzwords like rotate and tempo.
Welcome back, folks, to another exciting episode of Titans Tour TV. This week, we're diving headfirst into the chaos, the unpredictability, and the downright absurd. It's time to meet the Instigators.
Or as I like to call them, the Masters of Mayhem. These guys aren't just here to play, they're here to keep you guessing and leave the course in shambles.
Leading this band of merry men is George Lings, the self-proclaimed pro who swears he can cure your slice. But let's be real, Harold Shipman probably had a better success rate.
Oh, George, darling, I adore your confidence, but if I ever need to fix my slice, I think I'll take my chances with a YouTube tutorial instead.
Come on, George means well, even if most of his students end up with more bad habits than they started with. But let's not forget the rest of the crew.
Oh yeah, we've got Kevin Hulk Bedford, the man who's just as likely to lose his clubs as he is his balls. And when I say lose his clubs, I mean they're probably in the nearest lake.
Kevin doesn't just play golf, he fights it. Those clubs don't stand a chance when he's in full Hulk mode. You know it's a bad day when the greenkeeper has to fish his 9-iron out of the pond.
Oh, I love a bit of drama on the course. Kevin brings the passion and the property damage.
Then we've got Stuart, I will cause the shit but hide Brown. This guy's the ultimate pot stirrer. He'll start the chaos, then conveniently vanish when it's time to clean up.
Stuart's like a golf ninja. You'll hear the fallout of his actions, but you'll never actually see him in the middle of it. He's a ghost on the fairway until someone starts pointing fingers.
And let's not forget Steve. Has anyone seen Scott, Taylor? Poor Steve spends more time looking for his playing partner than focusing on his game. Seriously? Has anyone seen Scott? Because Steve sure hasn't.
Oh, Steve, darling. You'd think by now he'd give up on Scott and just focus on keeping his own ball in play. But no, he's too busy searching for someone else to worry about his own swing.
Between George's questionable lessons, Kevin's Hulk-like destruction, Stuart's disappearing act, and Steve's eternal search for Scott, the Instigators might just be the most unpredictable team on the tour.
Unpredictable is an understatement. These guys are walking, talking hazards. But hey, they wouldn't be the Instigators if they weren't stirring things up.
And stirring things up is exactly what they're good at. Let's roll the tape and introduce you to the team that's guaranteed to keep us all entertained and maybe a little nervous on the course.
Hold on to your hats, darlings. It's time to meet the Instigators.
They're unpredictable, they're chaotic, and they've got more personality than they've got pars. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the Instigators. First up, it's George Lings, the self-proclaimed slice savior. Need help fixing your game? George says he's your man. But let's be honest, Jimmy Savile at his peak fixed more things, and so did Bob the Builder. Next, we've got Kevin Hulk Bedford, the man who loses more clubs than balls. And trust us, that's saying something. When Kevin's on the course, it's not golf. It's a demolition derby. And here's Stuart, I will cause the shit but hide Brown. He's the instigator of the instigators, starting the chaos, but always disappearing before the blame comes his way. A true golf ninja. Finally, it's Steve. Has anyone seen Scott? Taylor. He's got a decent swing when he's not busy looking for his missing partner. Seriously, Scott, where are you? Together, they are the Instigators. They'll stir the pot, shake the leaderboard, and make sure you'll never forget their name or their antics. Get ready for the chaos, the comedy, and maybe even a little golf. The Instigators are here to make their mark. One slice, one tantrum, and one missing partner at a time. The Instigators swing hard, laugh harder.
Well, there you have it, folks. The Instigators in all their chaotic, slightly questionable glory. I mean, can we even call that golf, or was it more of a traveling comedy act?
Definitely more comedy than golf. George Ling's out there trying to cure slices like he's a miracle worker. Meanwhile, his teammates are slicing balls so far off course, they're landing in the next postcode.
Oh, come on, boys. At least George looks the part. Those white trousers are bold. I just hope he's got a good dry cleaner on standby for all the bunkers he ends up in.
Darling, forget the trousers. Let's talk about Kevin Hulk Bedford. The man has turned club throwing into an Olympic sport. I swear, every time he takes a swing, the greenkeepers hold their breath.
You're not wrong, Duff. I mean, Kevin's lost more clubs than the mob's lost memory cells. And that's saying something.
Ah, the mob. Always lurking in the shadows, probably arguing over which pills to take before their next round. But back to Kevin. At least he's entertaining. Watching him fish his snap 7-iron out of a pond was the highlight of my day.
He's got the passion, I'll give him that. But Stuart Brown, now there's a player who knows how to stir the pot without getting his hands dirty.
Oh, Stuart. He's the kind of player who starts a fire and then hides behind the nearest bunker, smiling sweetly like butter wouldn't melt.
Classic Stewart. He's the one whispering, "You should probably go for the green," knowing full well you've got no chance. By the time you're swearing at your ball, he's halfway down the fairway pretending he didn't say a word.
And then there's Steve. Has anyone seen Scott? Taylor. Honestly, I think he spends more time looking for his playing partner than actually playing golf.
Bless his heart, Steve's like a lost puppy out there, wandering the course yelling Scott while his ball slices into the rough.
Do you think Scott's just hiding from him? I would if I had to listen to Steve talk about his strategies all round.
Maybe Scott's joined the mob. You know, they're always picking up strays. Between their back pain and memory loss, they probably think Steve's their new team captain.
I doubt it. The mob couldn't handle Steve's energy. They'd be too busy complaining about how he talks too fast, or that he's asking where Scott is for the 100th time.
Poor Steve. At least he's consistent, unlike the mob swings. You know, watching the Instigators makes the mob look like they're playing golf in slow motion.
Oh, don't be cruel, darling. The mob's just taking their time, savoring each shot like it's their last.
It might be their last if they keep swinging like that. But let's get back to the Instigators. Say what you will about them. They bring the chaos, and we're all here for it.
Absolutely. They're unpredictable, hilarious, and just the kind of team to keep things interesting. Whether it's George's questionable advice, Kevin's Hulk moments, or Stuart quietly causing drama, they never fail to entertain.
And let's not forget Steve, bless him. If nothing else, he's always good for a laugh and a search party.
Oh, I adore the Instigators. They might not win every match, but they've already won my heart.
And if you see the mob out there, maybe remind them what sport they're playing. They might need it.
Or just point them toward the clubhouse. I hear their favorite seats are still warm.
Bye-bye, darlings. And remember, chaos makes the course more fun.